A lot of talk about baseball these last couple of years, rightfully so. So, heck, let's just go to the diamond next, right? This next Hall of Famer is an ACC record holder and a Major League All-Star. We're pleased to introduce Erik Hanson.
Erik Hanson took huge steps toward an 11-year Major League Baseball career in his time with Wake Forest from 1984 to 1986. He led the Demon Deacons in strikeouts in 2 of those 3 years and fanned 186 hitters in his college career. He is second in Wake Forest history in strikeouts per 9 innings and holds the ACC tournament record of 18 strikeouts in 1 game against Virginia in 1985, an all-ACC season. Hanson was a second-round pick of the Seattle Mariners in the 1986 Major League Draft, pitched for 4 teams, and was selected to the American League All-Star team as a member of the Boston Red Sox in 1995. Congratulations to Erik Hanson on his induction into the Wake Forest Sports Hall of Fame.
First of all, I want to thank all my fellow inductees. It is humbling to be here. It's amazing to me, after all these years, to see so many friendly, familiar faces. I want to take this opportunity to express how honored and appreciative I am to be selected and inducted into the Wake Forest Sports Hall of Fame. I'm extremely proud, yet greatly humbled, again, to be included in this year's class. Honestly, to be recognized alongside so many Wake Forest greats is now a reality, and it's surreal. Excuse me if I get emotional. When my wife and I received emails from Allison Edwards about telling a lot of our favorite stories about Wake Forest, I'm thinking to myself, I went over in my mind over and over again, man, well, I had so many great times here. But a lot of them fall into the category that wouldn't really interest many of you. Some of my teammates, some of them fall into the category of, you had to be there. I told my wife a few stories, and she said, you probably better not talk about the time we took a running Domino's pizza delivery truck from a frat one night. I like to say we borrowed it. It was a learning lesson, not for us, but for the pizza delivery guy. He knew never to leave a running truck in front of a frat on a Saturday night. There's so many other stories. She goes, well, you probably shouldn't tell that one. I said, okay, I won't. Another story where I woke up one morning coming from the Deke house on another probably Friday or Saturday night. I woke up in the goal of the soccer field. Probably shouldn't tell that story either. But that being said, there are so many people I want to thank. First, I want to really thank the Wake Forest Hall of Fame Committee. Doc, where he is, there he is, and all the committee members. I had no idea it was such a big committee. Like Carlos said, it took a while. When I left campus in 1986. I didn't get any better in those years since then. I didn't do anything else really after my career, but I had no idea that there was that many people behind it. And I was telling I didn't tell anybody. We found out about this in June. I didn't tell anybody until my family in about October, November, so they can make plans, have enough time. And since then, I've only told about a handful of people. And just recently, I told one of my mentors, I play a lot of golf now. I play a lot of championship golf. And a guy named Jim Pike, he's the director of golf at Sahalee Country Club. And so I told him that he came to Phoenix, he wanted to schedule some golf. I said, I got to go to Wake Forest for a commitment. He goes, oh, really? What is that? And when are you going? I said, well, I'm going, during the week of the Waste Management Phoenix Open. And he goes, well, you never miss out. This must be important. What are you going for? So I finally told him, I'm going into the Wake Forest Hall of Fame. And he was so excited. He jumped up and down. The emotion, I was actually surprised that he was that happy. And then about 5 seconds later, I can see he got mad. He said, what took him so long? Anyway, so I have a special thanks to A.D. John Curry. He talked about academics back in the 80s, not my strong suit. Obviously, you could tell by some of the stories that I didn't tell. We weren't the best baseball team at Wake Forest. We weren't even close, but we had as much fun as just about anybody. I also thank Allison Edwards for her diligent work in getting everyone together, everyone emails, and orchestrating a lot of this. I have a thanks for my liaison and to bring my family around, Bill Merrifield. It's so good to see Bill. What a great player and a fellow Hall of Famer, and well-deserving many, many years ago because he was great in college. I have another thanks to Mike Piscatelli. Piscatelli, he's in the back there. Yeah, let's give a hand for Mike. I've gotten to know Mike over the last 15 years. If there is a bigger Wake Forest fan than him, I'd like to know, because he's become a great friend and an unbelievable Wake Forest fan. And on top of that, I would also like to really thank Coach Walters. Coach Walter, the baseball coach here, has turned this program, as you all know, into a #1 program that is a place it's a destination place. Wake Forest is a destination program for baseball now. And it's all because of Tom Walter. And Coach Walter, I know him, Mike. Coach Walter is, I have a baseball shirt. He's sent me shirts over the years, and it says all in the back. And I'll tell you what, I don't know, those of you who don't know, he is all in. He will give a body part to a teammate, which he did. He gave a kidney to a recruit in order for him to live. Back in the day, when I came here, there was 2 coaches. Coach Skip Crater, rest in peace, and Coach Bob Cox. That was one of the reasons why I came here. Sorry, this is hard. When I was drafted out of high school, little high school in northern New Jersey, I had the opportunity to go to any college basically that I wanted to go to. So my parents and I got in the car, we went down the eastern seaboard, we went to Virginia Tech, Old Dominion, North Carolina State, Duke. Well, my athletic director at my high school was also my basketball coach, my favorite sport. And his name is Al Logier. And I'll give you one guess what university he went to. Yes, he did. He came here, he played basketball, and he graduated in 1966. So he got here right after the Billy Packer years, and that went to the Final Four. So Al Logier came to me and said, I want you to put Wake Forest on your list. I said, okay. So as my parents and my mom and dad and I are driving down the Eastern Seaboard, and we're visiting all these schools over about a 9-10 day period, we get to Wake Forest, and I meet Bob Cox, and I meet Skip Crater, and I see that they're going to build a new stadium, Layton Field with named after Gene Hooks, Dr. Gene Hooks also. I made my decision. I called the 4 schools that I was going to go to, which was Georgia, Georgia Tech, Clemson, and South Carolina. I called the coaches and said, I'm not coming. I made my decision. I'm going to Wake Forest. So that was one of the big reasons why I came here. I also have a special thanks again to Gene Hooks. Dr. Gene Hooks, when I got here in late June, maybe July. Well, school started in August, late August. And there were no scholarships left. I was telling Bill this earlier. And I wasn't aware of this, but when Gene Hooks found out that I was going to make my decision to come here, somehow he found a scholarship. So I owe you indebted gratitude, Dr. Hooks. Getting down to the end, I want to thank my family for coming. I got my brother, my sister, and their families here. I'd like to go on about all of them. They've been inspirational in my life. I'd also like to thank Abner Doubleday for inventing the game of baseball to allow me to come to this fantastic university, because otherwise I would have never gotten in. And last but not least, special thanks to my beautiful wife, Laura, of 31 years. In the words of Jackie Gleason, in the character of Ralph Caremden, baby, you're the greatest.